Hello there, my friends. Welcome to the Star Wars Vault. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for new Star Wars content every week.
Hey guys, I hope you're all having a fantastic week. I'm back today with another video to continue our What If series. This one was actually suggested to me by my girlfriend, and I'm excited to get into this, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. What if Padme did not die during childbirth? We begin our story shortly after the Battle of Mustafar, where Obi-Wan Kenobi cut down his former apprentice, Anakin Skywalker, and watched him burn in a tragic immolation from the molten lava. The Jedi Master returned to Padme's ship to check on her well-being. C-3PO helps Obi-Wan recover Padme's unconscious body from the ground and take her safely to her ship. They fly the Naboo cruiser to Polis Massa, a nearby planetoid. It is here where Obi-Wan meets with Senator Bail Organa and Master Yoda, as the three attend to Padme's needs with the help of several medical droids. The lead droid informs them that Padme is in fact carrying twins, and she is in the midst of labor, so they must act quick. She is laid down on the medical table as the droids prepare for the miracle that is childbirth. Padme awakes for a moment as she asks her friend, "Obi-Wan, is Anakin alright?" before she falls back into unconsciousness. Obi-Wan feels awful knowing all that has transpired recently. As the process of labor begins, Padme awakes from the immense pain. Obi-Wan stays by her side in support, coaching her through this difficult moment. Simultaneously on Coruscant, Anakin is being reconstructed with cybernetics by medical droids as he also lays on a table. Padme and Anakin are mirroring each other's painful transformation, with both letting out screams of agony. Eventually, Padme successfully gives birth to the twins, Luke and Leia. Anakin is put back together in a black suit with robotic limbs, a mask, and a breathing respirator. He is now complete as Darth Vader. Obi-Wan looks at Padme as he holds on to one of the newborns. She tells him that there is still good in Anakin. She falls asleep after the incredible exhaustion of giving birth to two children. Obi-Wan asks the medical droid if she is alright, to which the droid assures him that she will survive and recover. Meanwhile on Coruscant, as Emperor Palpatine checks on the newly born Darth Vader, the former Jedi asks if Padme is safe. Sidious replies, "It seems in your anger you killed her." Vader cannot accept this answer from his new master. He begins to break free from his medical table as the Force destroys the room around him from his anger. While Palpatine at first cracks a smile seeing the newfound aggression and pain of his apprentice, that quickly disappears as Darth Vader starts to attack him. He force pushes the Emperor, followed with a vicious Force choke. The Sith Lord was caught off guard, not realizing Vader's anger would be directed at him. After a quick skirmish between the two, the Master eventually gains the upper hand as he zaps his apprentice relentlessly with Force lightning. Now forced to live with this mechanical suit, Vader is unable to breathe from this assault. He quickly yields to his evil master and vows not to act out of line again. Going back to Polis Massa, Padme awakes from a long sleep. She is caught up to speed by Senator Organa, Obi-Wan, and Yoda. She feels a sense of warmth and joy from seeing her two children in the nursery, now motivated by a new purpose, to protect her family. When Obi-Wan explains what happened to Anakin, Padme breaks down. She doesn't want to believe that he is dead, especially after all the hurt that he caused. How could he go out this way? I still feel some good that was in him, she thought to herself. As much as she wanted to think more about her last interactions with him, the group agreed they had to move quick and come up with a plan to hide from the Sith. Padme made it abundantly clear that she would not leave her babies. Yoda and Obi-Wan thought differently, as they believed the children needed to be separated so that they may have a chance one day to stand up against the Empire. But the former queen did not back down. She insisted that she would raise her children together. Obi-Wan, Bail, and Yoda came up with a plan to make this work. They decided to take Padme and the children to Alderaan and to live in secret with Senator Organa and his wife. Obi-Wan warned Padme that Palpatine would assume she is dead after what transpired. Luckily, one of her former decoys had just passed recently due to a terminal illness. Her body was not decomposed, and so they had her dressed up as Padme and even created the illusion that she had a pregnant belly to give the impression that her unborn child was also deceased. After the funeral, Obi-Wan exiled to Tatooine while Yoda took himself to Dagobah. About 9 years pass as the Empire grows stronger and bolder with their agendas. Bail Organa does his best to peacefully oppose these policies enacted by the dictatorship to no avail. He continues to keep the secret of Padme's survival as well as the growing kids Luke and Leia. Both children display having excellent interests and skills. They've been told over and over that the government cannot know about their existence or that they would be taken away. Luckily, the Organas are very wealthy and have a massive estate for the Skywalker family to hide safely in. Meanwhile, Darth Vader continues to grow stronger in the dark side after hunting down Jedi for almost a decade. One thought keeps consuming him, however: Kenobi. He knows he is still out there, still alive. Lord Vader begins to meditate more and more, channeling his energy on discovering where Kenobi could be. Vader has served his Emperor well to this point and is not under much supervision anymore, due to Palpatine's busy schedule as ruler of the galaxy. Sidious was preoccupied with constant political motions, building a scheme to dissolve the Senate so that he no longer needs to hear complaints from people like Mon Mothma, and his favorite activity, which was remaking the Jedi Temple on Coruscant into his new palace to delve further into dark side practices. When one of Vader's Inquisitors gives him a tip on a possible Jedi being spotted on Tatooine, the Dark Lord becomes enraged and motivated. He starts to obsess over the possibility that this could be Obi-Wan. He finally can get his revenge. Darth Vader quickly travels out to the Sand Planet as he begins to believe more and more that it has to be his old master. It all makes sense to him. He knows Obi-Wan would hide in this place where Anakin would look last, because of how much he hates his home planet since he grew up as a slave there. After arriving, he searches all over and uses his intimidation tactics to get continuous leads from the locals. When he finally gets near the cave that the now Ben Kenobi resides at, Vader can feel his old master's presence. Finally, he will be mine. I will get my revenge, the Sith thought to himself. Kenobi is asleep, dreaming about his old master Qui-Gon, wishing to communicate with him. He is thinking about when and how to train Padme's children in order to stop the Sith. He knows his purpose is not finished yet. But suddenly, he is forced awake as he can feel a terrifying presence nearby. Shortly after getting up, a tall dark figure enters the cave. Ben is overcome with shock and fear as he thinks to himself, "No, it can't be. Anakin is dead. I saw him. Who is this? This can't be." Before he continues his thought, the evil figure begins to force choke the former Jedi Master. Vader reveals himself to be Anakin to Kenobi. "I finally found you, Obi-Wan. You will pay for what you have done to me." The exiled hermit can't help but think about what Anakin alive really means. He realizes that Padme and the children are in danger. Unfortunately, Obi-Wan has been so removed from the Force since the birth of the Empire, he had no idea how his thoughts just betrayed him in this moment. Anakin drops Obi-Wan to the ground, as he had just read his old master's thoughts. "No, Padme? She's alive? My child? They're out there, and you hid them from me?" Vader aggressively force throws Obi-Wan into the cave walls over and over. Now Anakin begins to realize a new agenda for himself. He begins to torture Obi-Wan with various Force techniques to get him to spill where Padme is, even using his red lightsaber to sizzle Obi-Wan's skin. After putting him through endless hell, Obi-Wan has a fleeting thought of Padme talking to her friend Bail Organa, to which Vader realizes where he must go. Vader then decides to slice Obi-Wan in half, leaving him to slowly die on the ground as he took off for Alderaan. Obi-Wan lies on the ground in his final moments as he hears a call from his old master, Qui-Gon Jinn. "Obi-Wan, listen to me. You are on the verge of transforming into the Force. You must follow my steps quickly, or your consciousness will be lost forever. Don't be afraid, my old apprentice. I am here. Your journey is not over yet." Obi-Wan does what Qui-Gon asks as he dies in his dark cave, alone. Meanwhile, Darth Vader arrives on Alderaan and immediately sets foot for Bail Organa's castle. The senator is in absolute disbelief when he sees Vader walking towards him. Anakin tells Bail if he does not take him to Padme that he will kill him and his family instantly. While Bail knows he doesn't want to allow Vader into his secret quarters, he feels that there is no other choice. Vader walks in to see Padme, teaching Leia and Luke about politics. They are startled by Vader's presence and show incredible fear of the Dark Lord. Vader begins to feel a way that he hasn't felt in a very long time. The love. He doesn't know what to say. Before he can talk to her, Padme grabs the kids and begins to run away. She is so afraid of what the dark-suited man was going to do. Anakin follows them and says, "Padme, no, please don't run from me. It's me, Anakin." She looks at the cyborg with wide eyes. "What? Anakin? It can't be. Obi-Wan said you were dead." "He lied. In some ways, though, I might as well have been dead. He left me there on Mustafar to die. I've been scarred beyond belief." Padme sits down with her thought-to-be-dead husband as they discuss everything. She reminds him of the awful things he had done before the last time she saw him. Bail Organa took the kids and watched them so that Anakin and Padme could continue discussing their issues. Padme tells Vader that he scares her and doesn't think she can trust him. "You've killed so many people, Anakin. How am I supposed to deal with that? And now you've told me you killed Obi-Wan. Please explain to me why I shouldn't just take the kids to run and hide from you now. How are you any better than Emperor Palpatine?" Anakin sulks in his feelings. He has just been humbled by the person he loved most. He has been so fueled by anger and the dark side. He promises to make it up to Padme by turning against his master. Vader knows that his life can't last much longer unless he leans on his anger and the dark side. He decides that he will direct that energy towards his master. Over the next few months, Anakin trains his children in the Force, both the light and the dark. Eventually, Vader knows he can't hide from the Emperor forever, who may already be aware of his betrayal. Through this time, Anakin is visited by the Force ghosts of Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Kenobi tells Vader that he forgives him for killing him, stating, "I have become more powerful than you could possibly imagine." The two Jedi Masters give immense advice to Anakin as he plots to defeat Sidious. Vader eventually senses that Palpatine is coming for him. He decides to send Padme and the children off on an escort ship to Dagobah, where Master Yoda will finish their training. Padme asks her husband, "What made you decide to do all of this? Why are you being so selfless now?" Anakin responds, "You, my love for you and our family. They will defeat the Emperor. Trust me." Anakin takes off his mask to give Padme a final kiss as they are transported to Dagobah. Anakin walks to an open area far away from Organa's palace. The Emperor's shuttle arrives. Palpatine walks out and toward Anakin. "What are you hiding, Lord Vader? Why have you abandoned your tasks? You know that if you won't serve me, you will die, correct?" Anakin replies, "Yes. I no longer wish to live. Serving you is a fate worse than death." Anakin chucks his red lightsaber at Sidious, who catches his apprentice's weapon. "So be it, slave. May I break your chains that you've had on your entire existence. You should really thank me for this," Palpatine says as he stabs Anakin through his heart, killing the Chosen One. Little did Sidious know that in this moment, Obi-Wan appeared to Anakin and gave him the same instructions that Qui-Gon gave him. Palpatine leaves Alderaan while Padme and the kids arrive on Dagobah. It is here where they are surprised to not only see Yoda, but also Ahsoka Tano, Anakin's former apprentice during the Clone Wars. This was all part of the plan, as the Force Ghosts reached out to Ahsoka to convince her into training Anakin's children. After another 7 years of diligent training in the Force by Master Yoda and Ahsoka, Luke and Leia have grown to be powerful Jedi students. They both crafted their own lightsabers. Luke had green, Leia has blue. Master Yoda gives one last lesson before passing away in his sleep, as he also transforms into a Force ghost. Ahsoka leads a plan to ambush the Emperor on Coruscant, as Anakin informs them that he is at the Jedi Temple most of his time. The super weapon known as the Death Star is being built and must be stopped, but luckily the plans made for that reveal the construction's weakness are now in the hands of the rebellion, thanks to countless double agents in the Empire. Mon Mothma and Bail Organa are key figures in creating the secret operation with Padme, as they are the ones who finance the rebellion's efforts to dismantling the Empire. Ahsoka takes Leia and Luke to Coruscant, where they enter the Jedi Temple and find the Emperor. Ahsoka starts to attack Sidious with her white sabers, to which he laughs and fires Force lightning back at her. At first, she is able to block it, until Sidious uses the Force to rip away her swords as she falls to her knees. Leia and Luke begin to Force throw many of Palpatine's statues and artifacts at him while he's zapping Ahsoka. Palpatine grows annoyed of the trio and begins to electrocute all of them at once. "You fools, you really thought you could put one over on me? I knew about your Jedi plot to destroy me. I could feel the presence of Anakin's offspring after I killed him. How does it feel for you two young imbeciles to know that I killed your father as I'm going to do to you now?" Luke and Leia respond angrily. "You didn't kill him. He's been right here with us the whole time." Palpatine has a moment of doubt as he sees Luke and Leia stand up and begin to use their hands to shoot Palpatine's Force lightning back at him. They grow to a standstill with Sidious, as they are all conducting immense Force power toward each other. Anakin, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Yoda's Force ghosts are all powering Luke and Leia, as they are the vessels of the Jedi. Still unable to overcome the Emperor's power, Ahsoka comes up from behind as she force pulls Leia and Luke's green and blue sabers to stab Palpatine through his midsection. A loud gasp escapes Darth Sidious as the children of Skywalker finish off the evil dictator with his own Force lightning. Palpatine is finally dead. Soon after, the rebellion sends a fleet to swiftly destroy the nearly completed Death Star from inside its core. The Empire is forced to surrender after their leader and the Sith were effectively destroyed. Padme Amidala, Bail Organa, and Mon Mothma arrange a new government council with no individual leader to ensure a fair system for the new Galactic Republic. Ahsoka creates a new Jedi Order with Luke and Leia, as she is guided by the Force Ghosts to restore peace and justice to the galaxy. And that is what would happen if Padme never died during childbirth. This was a really cool story for me to work on, as it's quite different from all the other ones I've made so far, but I hope that this was an entertaining video for you guys, and I'd love to know what you thought about it. What was your favorite part? What would you have done differently? Whatever your thoughts are, go ahead and post a comment below. Also, be sure to force push the like button, as it really helps the channel. I greatly appreciate it. I'll be back real soon with a brand new What If, so until then, my friends, may the Force be with you.